Hi, I'm Liz Kantner. We're starting the second day of InStore's second online jewelry week. We'll be live streaming content for you all week long. Join us for what we're calling desktop interviews, in which we'll visit some of your favorite brands and designers to see what they're working on. First, we'll be talking to Lika and Maria from Lika Behar. The Lika Behar Collection offers attainable luxury for the modern woman whose style reflects a classic yet unique perspective and a modern feminine spirit. I'm looking forward to learning more, and I hope you are too. We'll be answering questions at the end of the interview, so please leave comments if you're joining us live. Hi, Lika. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Liz. How are you? Thank you for coming into our showroom here in New Jersey today.
I'm so excited to be there. You're both so lovely in your bright colors.
Thank you. Yeah, let's all be cheerful. Why not?
Why not? So why don't we get started with you telling us a little bit about the brand?
Sure. Lika Behar Collection is basically a very varied, really very versatile collection of ancient jewelry-inspired modern designs. It's a paradox in and of itself, but it is more casual than traditional jewelry. It's more fashion forward, and yet its roots are based in ancient Greece and Rome in terms of design aesthetic. So I do use pure 24 karat gold. I know it's crazy today, but I use also sterling silver or pure silver in a lot of cases, and it's blackened to mimic the view of it as it comes out of an archaeological dig. That is the aesthetic in a nutshell.
Beautiful. I love the mixed metals. Where does that inspiration come from?
Ancient Greece and Rome. I'm originally from Istanbul, Turkey. It's a city where East meets West and where the ancient meets modern. It's a very modern city, but at the same time, there's a tremendous amount of archaeological roots. So this is where I grew up, and this is where my design aesthetic is from. But I live in New York, so I try to modernize that a little bit in my own way.
Wonderful. So what do you want retailers to know about what Lika Behar has to offer?
Okay, I'm going to defer to Maria on that because she is an excellent salesperson, and she brings back an invaluable background, which she owns her store for how long, Maria?
Oh, 27 years. I was on your side, people.
Yes, so she will tell you why this line appeals to so many retailers in a good way.
First and foremost, I think it's most important for retailers to understand that the Lika Behar Collection gives you a whole new category. When you have a new category, you can bring back your customers that maybe have stepped away for a little bit because they have all the classics. So that's a wonderful, wonderful perk for opening up an account and joining with Lika Behar.
Mm-hmm.
We work together in starting you with a lovely assortment. We start with the best sellers, add some color, tweak it for what your needs are, what your customers' needs are, and then we do a balance from that point forward. What's not working for you, we'll exchange for what is working for you until we get it right. We want to develop a partnership with our customers. We pride ourselves in that. Lika is always making brand new designs. So what's wonderful about her collection also is that you develop a following. So you will get a lot of repeat business.
Very important.
Yes, very important. We do trunk shows and people just sign up so immediately when they find out new Lika Behar pieces will be coming to the store. So put all that together and it just makes complete and total sense, especially now when you're looking for what am I going to offer my customers? I have to get them back in. And even with the rising price of gold, what's wonderful is, as you will see, Lika has made some designs with fused metals, a melding of the metals, as well as plain silver or two-tone, which we'll get into.
So, and imagine how happy my collectors are that their gorgeous gold chain is now. It's a good thing. I don't take it as a negative. I really don't.
So there's also a lot of opportunity for custom and size pieces, correct?
Yeah. Yes, there is. And I won't even go into the details of that, but we're always open to suggestion. And my biggest muse is my customer always. When I come up with something new, it's usually because I could envision it, or or somebody might have just suggested and said, oh, I wish this necklace came in a different way. And that's how we evolve as a brand.
And what's awesome also is if a customer falls in love with a piece that is in all gold, she will make it in black silver, white silver, a little bit of gold in there, no gold at all. Whatever price point your customers want to work with, we can do that as well. And what's also great is all of our rings, bracelets, cuffs can all be made in a customizable size so they fit well. We provide our retailers with some wonderful cuff measurers and bangle measurers so that your customer who has a wrist that might be slightly larger or slightly smaller can find the perfect fit, and it looks wonderful.
Exactly. Yes.
That's great. So let's look at some jewelry. I think we have a slideshow to show some pieces.
Yeah, sure. We have about 30 themes going, but we narrowed it down to 6. So this is Pure Love Deserves Pure Gold. And we can see several slides. Paul, there we go. So we've taken some very modern ideas and made it in ancient looking by using high carat gold here that I love. And I am really having a lot of success with this look right now. Here's on a model, my new charm bracelet. That is a huge hit. And then I'm going to move on to yin and yang. That's the mixed metals we talked about. It has been since day one when gold had gotten, when I first started, it was 2008, 2009, gold had gotten crazy again, and I started experimenting with the ancient looking silver. And here you go, here you see it adapted to 2020. Mixed metals. I'll also do it in white. Some people prefer white silver on their skin tone or for the seasons or for the summer, or they just like it for the variety. But everything is handmade. Everything is hand hammered. So it's not a cookie cutter, mass marketed, mass produced item. It's all made by hand in my own atelier. And here's some other very popular designs. And our next theme is iridescence. I love stones that are subtle. I mean, diamonds are great and they're your good friend, but it's nice to have some sort of very casual look, whether it's an iridescent, whether it's a labradorescent, beautiful labradorite that flashes the blues, or some moonstones, or some pearl. Pearl is very critical to our designs because it has a very subtle luster that kind of complements every skin tone and just looks great with a black metal. It looks great with pure gold. And I love to take something super classic and do it in an unconventional way.
I love also how all of her pearl designs are so ageless. It appeals to the very young as well as the mature.
Exactly, exactly. And here's a few examples of my moonstones. Moonstones just mesmerize me. They really do. The flash of color in them is just so irreplaceable and gorgeous. And it's very casual at the same time for the way we dress today. Here's deco. Oh my God. I love ancient jewelry, but I'm also fascinated by my great-grandmother's jewelry and that whole Art Deco era. I took the very classic Art Deco pieces and made them into something different, unique, and wearable with jeans and casually every day. That was my motivation, and that collection has been received so well. Here you see it with tourmaline rutilated quartz and enameling, so I'm kind of absorbing some of what's going on right now into a period that I love.
And those aquamarines are spectacular that you use as well.
Yes,
a lot of those
yes. The
kinds.
blues, ocean blues are all heaven. And I'm going to take you to ocean. I grew up on the water. So the colors of the oceans, the blues with a little bit of flashes of the greens, I mean, that's just so inspirational.
Absolutely. And I love the opal. They're so spectacular. You can wear it with anything because there's so many colors in there. And each piece is so different because each piece of opal is so different.
Right. And they, see, here you go, ocean again. Aquamarines. I loved aquamarines since I was a little kid. In all fairness, I knew about them because my dad was a jeweler. And he used to take me to store windows and show me and literally tell me, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey, I can't buy you this, but isn't it gorgeous?" And that's really where the love comes from, I think, for jewelry. Oh, here you go. Speaking of affordability, this is an abalone shell with a rock crystal on top. And it's a great look for the summer. And I did it in white silver for a very wearable, very affordable piece.
Great price point.
Right. And you can't look at Lika Behar and not look at turquoise. Turquoise has become a lot rarer to get it in the good qualities, especially the Sleeping Beauty, where, unfortunately the mine closed, so we have very limited supply. It's gorgeous, but I also work with Kingman, which is a little bit more available, also an American source. It has veins in it, and when I see those veins that are in the brownish tones, I've used champagne colored diamonds around it.
The champagne colored diamonds really pull out the color of the matrix and the turquoise. It's a wonderful complement to one another.
Right, we do that. There you see more examples of it, and some also Arkansas Mona Lisa turquoise in the middle, that pendant there. That's a wonderful rock that I just fell in love with recently, and Nevada number 8 when I can get my hands on it, which is not as often, but I use mainly American turquoise. And I am going to humbly say, I don't know if there is a humble way of saying this really, but this jewelry industry that has embraced me has spoiled me with 28 awards in the last few years. I've only been doing this for 12 years, and I've racked up some really numerous awards. And I want to thank everyone again for voting for my work, but that's just so great.
Well, and some amazing other, do we get into bestsellers yet?
No.
Yes.
So
in just a moment, I just want to say beautiful pieces, beautiful collection. It's so versatile. There's so much variety. It's gorgeous. And congratulations on all of your awards.
Thank you, Liz.
Yes. And I want to let the audience know that you're welcome to send in questions. Let us know you're watching live with us. I'd love to hear from you. We'd all love to hear from you. So I just wanted to put that out there. And yeah, let's get into bestsellers. Tell us about what your brand's best known for.
Well, my biggest all-time bestseller is this ring that started out just as a turquoise ring with a sterling silver shank and a 24-karat gold bezel that you see up there in that foursome on the right side. And it was such a hit that it evolved into all sorts of colors, labradorite, pearl. I've done it in turquoise. I've done it in, rose quartz. I've done it in moonstone, all sorts of other stones, aquamarine, blue topaz doublet, you name it, in anything and everything. And then it also evolved into a gold center piece with diamonds around it. And then that diamond style evolved into the other stones with diamonds. I've done them in all gold. I mean, I've had this ring for 12 years and not a week goes by without us having to reorder it in a certain size for someone.
And what's great from a selling standpoint is that it is a wonderful price point that you can offer your customer a very important looking ring for not an important price. And it is also available in white silver with the gold combination.
Right.
Oh, it looks like Miriam Gamushian loves her turquoise Pompeii ring.
Oh my God. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you. You're so sweet. She's, I want to give a shout out to Miriam right here, right now. She's definitely my biggest mentor besides my dad in this business. And she has opened so many doors for me and has been such a huge fan, as I am a huge fan of her jewelry. So when I'm not working, I wear her jewelry as well. But going back to bestsellers, So this is the Stockholm bracelets, and it comes from a single one to a multitude of different variations. The nice thing about this is they are not only nice price point, but they're very collectible.
Yes.
So if one of your customers has one, she'll get two, then she'll get three. Sometimes they get a whole stack at a time. And then the big one has won awards too. And it has evolved into a huge collection. And now I'm doing them with gemstones. You see that turquoise one over there is a huge hit this summer.
Again, another great price point, which you can stack with
the
Stockholms in white silver, as well as the oxidized with a little bezel of 24 karat and a little diamond in there. And even looks amazing with your watch or your tennis bracelet.
And then the ear climbers. This is, the multi-piercing trend started, and I'm not a huge trend person, but I like to adapt it in a more wearable, gentler way. So it's just one post with one big back, and it stays up as if you had multiple piercings. And when you get tired of that look, you can wear it the other way around as a dangle. But this has been a tremendous seller in gold, in two-tone with oxidized silver, all silver. I've even made them custom for some people in 18 karat white, an 18 karat white and two-tone. I mean,
and with different size diamonds.
Right, with different size diamonds. When I don't sell them off my ear, I wear them with 10 pointers.
Oh, we all wear them. Everyone in the office, we all wear the ear climbers. They're
right now I can't. I sold my last one, but
I have mine.
But best sellers, long necklaces. I have had huge luck with my long necklaces. They are, one thing I do is you can get them over the head, sure, but I always add a clasp. So you can adjust the length. I always put little adjustment rings, and I make them with different stations. Even those stations can have different gemstones and different shaped gemstones. Some of them are kite shaped, some of them are just free form or round. And I've also done my signature 24 karat gold accents. It looks random, but guys, it's not. It's a lot of work to put that whole balance together.
And also what I love about your long necklaces is you can wear them double. So if you want to shorten a long or two shorter, it's a length where you can do that with.
Yeah, you can do a layered look or two of them together, or you can also make them into lariats very often. So. And I'm known for my wide cuffs. I think I won like 3-4 awards. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at the board there. I've won a lot of awards with cuffs, big cuffs. They're open, and notice mine are a little different because they're curved up. So I'll show you. This is a big gold one. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to point it.
It's curved on the inside.
But it's curved. So when you're going like this, when you're typing or writing a note or whatever, it doesn't dig into your hand.
And those are custom made in whatever size customers need.
Right.
So they fit perfectly.
Beautiful. I love a bold cuff. We have a question from Barbara. Why the name Stockholm? What was the inspiration?
The Stockholm, because it's a modern, it's a city I've been wanting to go to badly. And I like sort of Swedish design and furniture, very simple, clean lines. And I felt Stockholm, compared to anything else I do, had very clean, modern lines. And I wanted to go there. When I was doing this bracelet, I really wanted to go there. My nephew was having his bachelor party there, but anyway. So that was that. I was in a Stockholm mode in my brain, and that's where I wanted to be. So hence the name Stockholm.
That's great. So we have a few minutes left and a few questions left. So I also want to mention how both of you are wearing and styling the jewelry. It seems so easy to mix and match. And you're layering it. It's so trendy. I know that you've mentioned not being necessarily a trendy brand, but are there any current trends your brand is excited about or well suited for?
Yeah, well, what we do is I'm leery of a trend that will come because it means it'll pass. But what I like to do is incorporate it in what I'm doing so my work doesn't look dated. necessarily, without being in your face, nothing but all paperclip chains or nothing but all enamel. I don't do that. I incorporate little bits, little tastes of it. It's the way I dress too. I don't wear the craziest outlandish outfits. But I like to, for example, right now we have this whole chill chain, which is a heavier, thicker, a more elevated, handmade, if you will, paperclip chain. And we're also doing enamel. Paul, if we could have that enamel up.
The enamel's a great price point as well.
Right.
And a nice colorful
it's
look.
still it's very Lika looking, like that long chain is very Lika looking. The earrings have that very simple, and yet there's a teeny weeny touch of a hand-formed, hand-shaped 24 karat gold ball on the top. So you know it's mine. So that's what I try and do, is really express myself even in the trend.
Very cool. I love how you were using enamel in your deco pieces as well.
Yes, here and there a little bit. Yes, we use a trend. We are not the trend. We use it to make our own unique look. So that's my philosophy.
So let's talk about what type of customer gravitates to the Lika Behar collection.
All day long, a self-purchaser. The woman sees it, loves it, wants it. If she doesn't buy it right on the spot, which is 90% of the time, at least in the trunk shows, she'll put it on her wish list for someone to come and get it for her.
And you guys that have retail stores have to know that that's a major category right now, and probably will be for a very long time. Women want to feel good. They're tired of buying groceries. They want to buy a pretty piece of jewelry. This is it.
And we've had crazy success where we've done by appointment only, by Zoom only, trunk shows, whatever, like really distanced and not, because of COVID.
Man.
And yet we are finding that people are like, I'm sick of this. For 3 months, I haven't treated myself. Darn it, I want something good. And they feel a lot less guilty about it being a piece of jewelry as opposed to being something like a piece of clothing or a pair of shoes.
Right. And what's great is that it does have that casualness about it, that they can wear it every day, at home, wherever, outdoor dining.
Our most popular Instagram post last week had a lady with a mask on.
That's great. I love seeing how people style their jewelry with their mask. That's been fun.
Yeah, I actually have a glittery one that has blue on it, of course, because I love blue.
Yep. So what advice do you have for retailers who are looking to get started with the brand's products?
Well, I honestly, because I love every piece so much, I defer to Maria on that one. She puts together a collection.
And yes, and
so a case, like,
correct.
Anchor it with a few bestsellers, anchor it in the center with a one-of-a-kind piece or two,
right,
whatever, and then throw in some new.
Right, and build from there. And we do some great training so that your staff learns and understands our jewelry, because it sells best when they grasp it and understand it, and they end up falling in love with it, because Lika does also offer incentive programs for your staff, so they start wearing the pieces, which really increases sales.
Right.
We offer some beautiful pouches, so they feel their jewelry is a special piece in a lovely suede Lika Behar
it's
pouch.
signed is important.
Right.
For branding.
When our stores reach a certain level, we offer these beautiful in-store displays. I don't know if you can see them that well, but they are a tremendous quality, reversible, with the navy and the cream color, and some display pieces as well. We have you listed on our website. Again, once you reach to that point, we do a lot of co-op advertising. What else do we do? What am I forgetting? We offer
so many great things.
And if you have a collector, don't forget, every couple of months, you can get something new on them, because there's always new designs coming, evolving, etc.
And our social media is very, very strong. So we do our best to promote our pieces with our customers.
Correct.
And we send you links for our social media and high-res images. Great media kit.
That's great. And you've been having some great, you mentioned this, but great success with Zoom meetings, but also working with your stores to provide Zoom appointments with Lika.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We've had Zoom meetings, both a line review where we take them around our whole showroom piece by piece. They usually last about 45 minutes.
Right.
And what we do is while I'm doing that, Paul will put up on the screen the actual detailed professional image so they can see what they're getting, and we will work with them, that way. But also a week later or 3 weeks later, when they get the merchandise in and a good customer comes in, as long as they can schedule it, we'll either FaceTime or Zoom with their customer, with them under their supervision, so that the customer feels really special because they can talk to the designer. I mean, that really helps you sell.
Yes, and we understand that retailers are struggling for every sale. They need to make every sale, and we're in the same situation. So one hand washes the other.
That's great. I love how passionate you are about working with your retail partners.
We are.
I think you got through the long list of how you support them. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
I wanted to say thank you to everybody, really, for tuning in to us today. And if there is anything that we haven't covered or something that you didn't quite like, let us know. We really work with our people because you're our partner.
Yes, and even if you're unsure and you need more information, call. We'll have a conversation. We'll show you pieces, do our best to give you a comfort level. We know it's difficult to open up with a new designer at this point in time, but we will make it so it's seamless and advantageous, without a doubt.
And if you want this presentation, if we move too quickly because of time, as long as you're a bona fide retailer, we are happy to email you the whole thing so you can look at your leisure without us breathing down your neck. Take your time, look.
Right.
And then you can decide whether it's right for you or not.
And see it on the website now, right?
Yes, we are putting it up for a few days so you can look at it too.
That's great. Bruce commented, very enjoyable presentation.
Thank you, Bruce.
So let's just go over again the best way for retailers to connect with you if they want to see more product.
Sure.
And I think we have a slide that we can put up.
Yes.
With all of this information so you don't have to read it to them. But definitely follow Lika Behar on Instagram too. Some of their most current product is up there.
And also tell your customers to follow Lika Behar, because then they'll see a piece that they like. They can contact you.
And I want to add, if your customer nails us down and contacts us directly, we ask them where they live and we refer them right back to you. I think 80% of my retailers at one point or another can attest that we actually very seriously do that.
Correct. We work with you. It's your sale.
Great. Well, thank you, Lika and Maria, for being here with us and walking us through the brand and telling us all about it. It was really wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you. Thank you so much for listening and looking.
Thanks to everyone who's been watching. We'll be back in a half hour with another great interview.
Hope to see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.